The state denying a request to negotiate workers returning to the office. Governor Mike DeWine signing an executive order mandating state employees stop remote work and return to the office by March 17th. The Ohio Civil Service Employees Association, which is the largest union for state employees here in Ohio, is requesting that order be rescinded until administrators and the union negotiate terms. The union says the order violates a collective bargaining agreement by changing work policies without proper notice. Will Ohio's marijuana laws lead to massive changes? That's what some lawmakers are hoping for. 19 Data journalist Jeff Slauson is here with what could be changed.
Hey Chris, so remember a couple of years ago when we went to the polls and 60% of Ohioans said they wanted marijuana legalization?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and do you remember this, everything specific around it they said yes to?
Yes.
Well, some lawmakers believe that's not right, even though according to the law, if it is agreed to at an election, it goes through. Now, this new proposed change, which is in the form of a Senate bill, on the first line of it, it basically says that it would take back everything or repeal most of the law. Again, the law that you voted on a couple of Novembers ago and that 60% said should take place. So what exactly are those changes that they are looking to have done here? Well, they're looking to combine licenses. A couple of these things are a little arbitrary there. So basically, for anyone that's trying to sell marijuana, currently you could get either a medical marijuana license or you could get a recreational marijuana license. The recreational one far easier to get because there's less restrictions other than related to medical. They're trying to loop those in together. So what exactly that means is trying to ensure that they would be able to have one process, but that could mean that it's a lot more difficult for one or the other to actually get. It would expand penalties related to marijuana convictions in certain parts, would change the THC limit, and then this is the biggie here. The tax percentage right now is 10%. That is one of the highest ones that you would see across the country, and in fact makes the state of Ohio far less competitive than the state of like Michigan, let's say. The planned proposal is to increase that tax from 10% to 15%, and in addition to that, all of the revenue would go to the state. Now, right now, how that 10% is broken up is many different pies, and some of those pies have some of the tax revenue go toward a local thing or a local organization. That wouldn't take place if this were to pass. Proponents of the bill believe this is necessary to ensure the viability of the industry, but those that are against it feel that this law, if it were to pass, would be a major backstep.
First thing we maybe all need to understand that the whole purpose of creating legalization or ending prohibition around cannabis is to end the criminalization of those people that are involved in it, rather than continuous to keep us, in the black market, cause a loss of revenue and so forth. I never liked that part, but the loss of the revenue, etc. It seems as though 56 is trying to put us right back there.
Right, so the fear here is that if you make it more expensive than how you would get it on the black market, that'll just lead to more people getting it illegally and then having the potential for it to not be legitimized by the state. So that is a main concern with it. Now, a couple of changes were proposed over the last few years. Governor DeWine did not sign on those changes. If this were to pass the Senate, it has to then go to the House and then the governor's desk as well. No telling if he would sign it or not. But if it does pass, that's a massive change to the marijuana industry that's already had major changes, and you can expect the increase in the taxes ultimately leading to less of an input, less money going into the industry and less money going to the state.
All right, Jeff.